Welcome back, everybody. Well, staying strong in the face of adversity is a whole lot easier said than done, right? But for the group of girls you're about to meet, it has been their mantra.
Our colleague Stephen Graddick takes us to the gymnasium for our next story.
Every night of the week in this makeshift gym on the east side of Atlanta, Georgia, 53 young athletes spin, flip, and twirl under the guidance of a coach that has instilled values that go far beyond the mat.
Champion Mindset Gymnastics is one of the only all-black gymnastics facilities in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's also a nonprofit gym. And I always tell my kids it's more than being a champion because everybody can win, but it's the mindset that goes with being a champion.
A mindset that's kept Sequoia and her team undefeated over the past 2 years. But beyond the gold, you never know the real obstacles they've had to overcome to get there.
Right now, like equipment-wise, is one of the biggest things we need, like our uneven bar rails. We have them, they are falling apart. Our mats on beam, if you lift them up, it's foam falling all over the floor. So we need a lot of repair to the equipment that we have now. I don't work anywhere else, I don't do anything else. This takes everything in me to keep it going.
In spite of their setbacks, Sequoia says their success has also made them a target of prejudice.
We're not the only team that wins, but because they're an all-black team that wins, it's creating kind of this storm that we don't really want to be a part of. It's really a lot of unfair treatment for the kids.
Searching for solutions, Sequoia wrote a letter to Jermaine Horton, CEO and founder of the Art of Confidence Project, a nonprofit aimed to help empower children of color and restoring their confidence using artistry and imagery.
I was literally reading the email in tears because I was like, hey, I need you to give me a statement, tell me about what's going on. And I was expecting like a few words or a paragraph. She had an Aaliyah 4-page letter, and I was like, Coach, whatever it takes, whatever I need to do, I will be down there to do whatever I can to lend my resources to help you and these amazing girls at this gym.
So we hopped on a plane from Chicago to feature the gymnasts in a series Jermaine says is centered around regaining power.
We have two major parts of our series. We have one is the empowerment, and then one is the release. The release is where we have them look into the camera and we just let them scream. They just let all of it out. And then we do holding of the fist for them to regain their power back. So whatever they felt was stripped away from them, they regain that power back and they display it for the camera and display it for the world.
For the parents watching from the sidelines, they say they've witnessed a remarkable shift since joining the team.
She was doing handstands on the wall, and so we would go to our brother's football games, and one of the parents say, you should put her in gymnastics. And they suggested a place for me to take her, and our journey began there.
A journey that would soon make her daughter a national champion in 2019.
I like the feeling of winning and being able to do the sport that I love.
I want people to know that like just because they win doesn't mean it's easy. I mean, we're going against these gyms that are in these multi-million-dollar facilities that have, more equipment that I could count on one hand. And these girls work really hard because we have limited access to things.
Their determination captured in a series of images for the world to see and hopefully inspire others.
I just wanted to give back and let children see what they look like through my lens. And when the parents and the children actually see the actual photo, it's like, whoa, wow, like that's me. Imagine if they had the best of the best, even if it's not new equipment, if it's just the repairs done, where and how much further can this group go?
I'm Stephen Graddick, Scripps News.
Ooh, there is a whole lot to celebrate there. If you're interested in helping Sequoia and the team at Champion Mindset Gymnastics, head to our Facebook page to get a little more info about everything there. That's facebook.com/Upside News. Check it out. There's a lot to react to and to feel good about.
Go ahead, please.
To me, what's striking is that they may not have the same equipment. They're not in the same fancy facility. I think the crew that shot that piece said the lights went out as they were there shooting, right?
Yes.
So that tells you the condition of things, but they're still winning. Because you don't have to have the fanciest thing or the biggest thing or the most expensive thing. You have the will to win. So they're still winning despite all that. That's what I love.
That's so like Rocky, like what you're saying, like the Rocky movies, the will to win. I mean, the gym that Rocky Balboa trained in, right? Is nothing fancy, but it was just that determination, that sheer will to win and to achieve that these beautiful young girls have. It breaks your heart, because the first thing I'm thinking was, is this dangerous? If the uneven bars aren't secure, or if the mat doesn't have enough padding underneath it. They need to be safe in order, to carry out these dreams and goals. And that coach, oh my gosh, God bless her, that Coach Sequoia took out $50,000 in personal loans just to help the team out.
Think about that. If that doesn't tell you about her level of commitment and investment, I don't know what will.
Right.
She's remarkable and an example to those young girls. And
Yes.
on top of that, I love that what the photog said. They do the one picture of the release and then one picture of kind of reclaiming the power. Kind of he shoots them on both sides of that spectrum.
Right.
And how empowered that must be for them
Oh
to
my
then
gosh.
see that photo. How empowering,
Oh, yeah. And if you were like me and wanted to hear more from that photographer, guess what? We're going to deliver here on the Upside after the break. Photographer Jermaine Horton is going to be with us.
Welcome back, everybody. Joining us now, we're so excited to say, is the CEO and founder of the Art of Confidence Project, Jermaine Horton. Thanks so much for giving us some time, man. Literally, we both were just saying what an incredible piece that was and how it was inspiring on a ton of levels, including those beautiful photos that you take. So you were here in Atlanta, and you got involved in this after reading that email that the coach sent you. I'm curious as to what was in that email that moved you so much, and then what was the experience like on the ground here, working and documenting that team?
Thank you so much for having me. They are an amazing group of individuals. I got that email, and typically most people will write certain things out and they'll explain a situation, but she was very, very transparent, but also very vulnerable. Her sharing, her complications of things that were taking place, and then her taking loans out, the amount of loans and how much money, and how it put her in financial situations because she was being so selfless for the girls. And to me, I said, I will do whatever I can in my power to help out as much as possible, because I feel like these are the unsung heroes that we hear about all the time. And I just wish there was ways that we could do more, which is why I reached out to some individuals that I had a few connections with, reached out to my Chicago Bears. I'm a diehard Bears fan. Really good friend of mine on that team, Corey Blassingame, who's a fullback. He's always supportive of our mission and what we're doing too. So we're just trying to champion everybody around us so that we can give these girls the best.
Jermaine, so well said. Everything that you're saying, especially about Coach Sequoia being an unsung hero. She really is. And I think in many ways, what you've been able to do through the Art of Confidence Project, through your beautiful work as a photographer, helping these girls see themselves in a whole new way and letting the world see them in a whole new way. Curious, please, what was the reaction once these beautiful, powerful pictures were released?
It was a monumental response. It was so many other beautiful Black and brown children that said, wow, I want to do gymnastics. I didn't know that we can look that powerful. I didn't know that we look this good. And the reason why is because so many children are told that you have to look a certain way to be successful. You have to look a certain way in order for you to be accepted. And I love to show these children in their raw, authentic moments and to allow them to be vulnerable, but then also show them that they can be strong, that you're both sides of the coin. You are the coin. You are the prize. And once they realize that, they go through life just realizing, hey, you know what? It's so much more to life than just the superficial, that it's so much deeper of who we are. And I love that the public just has such an amazing response to it, to where it was shared thousands upon thousands of times from our Facebook and from our Instagram.
The Art of Confidence Project doing extraordinary work. Congratulations to that team and to you. And make sure, man, I'm telling you, I just have a feeling, make sure those pictures get into Simone Biles' hands, because I think I just have a hunch
Great
she
idea.
would jump on board, man. Get her on board.
Great idea.
All right, just saying. Thank you so much.
From your lips to God's ears, I hope that happens.
That's
Amen.
right. That's
Amen.
right, Jermaine.
Thanks so much for giving us some time, man, and many thanks for the work that you're doing. We'll be right back.